The OnlyFans account's going to be hitting hard.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right, we're live on
We have to
Facebook.
get your H in your hat changed to
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's perfect.
So I'm spraying the insulation in the attic,
Yeah.
and my man's like, "It's on fire." He said it so calmly, I didn't believe him. I was like, "What?"
Well, that's funny.
Yeah. What's on fire? He's like, "The machine. It's on fire." I was like, "Well, it's still working."
Keep going until it stops.
Dude, this defective machine. Unreal.
Yeah.
It was a real pain in the tail. It took a 35-minute job and turned it into I don't know, how long was I there? Almost 2 hours?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
I gotta blow some into my attic above my garage.
Mm-hmm.
Steve's basically a professional. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
For
got
sure, I'm
got
gonna
the college
lean into that.
education today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they're using this defaulty machine, and I'm trying every method that I know how to take this baled insulation and put it in this machine a little bit at a time, or just heave it in there. And it's flipping breakers. It's it's setting its own reset buttons, kicking it out, and then it just caught on fire.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was like, Steve, it's on fire. He was like, okay. What? And I was like, yeah, the machine is on fire. He was like, oh, okay. Should we roll it outside, or what do you want to do?
Let me know when it gets into the couch.
It smelled legit like structure fire. Yeah. Yeah.
So the best part about it is it caught on fire. We took it outside till the fire went out. Then we took a leaf blower and blew all the dust out from around it, and then just plugged it in and started using it again.
Yeah, we got another bail out of it.
We did.
Had it been a Home Depot.
Nope.
No. Yeah, it didn't. I ended up having to take the thing back and go to another location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golly.
The one I have now though is professional. It works good.
You didn't get all that done today?
I ran out of all the stuff we bought or the stuff we moved inside.
Yeah.
All that's in the attic now. I just have a few more bales. I have to go pick up some more, and
Okay.
then I think 3 or 4 I'll be done.
Yeah. Said I was done with mine. It didn't take that long. My attic is all my ductwork and stuff because I live on a slab is in the attic.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, there was like this much up there at the very gable. I
Yeah.
filled that mother up. If my house ever catches on fire and you got to pull ceilings, you're done. Bring an umbrella.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awful. Yeah, she's full
Yeah.
for sure. It blew it out of the vents for a little while, and then it quit that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that
got
was.
past
And then
the-
out the gable.
I don't know what that was about. But my heating air guy was like, "Have you made sure that the lines going to them are sealed real good around those vents?" And I was like, "Uh-uh." And he was like, "Okay, you might want to do that." I was like,
Too late.
Hey, did y'all know that Primary Completes live?
"Dude, look at those
Nice.
studs."
Hey, look at that.
I was like, "Man, I don't know that I can find them."
Yeah.
There's so much insulation over there. I don't know if I can find them. But did I just this thing?
Yeah. Don't be rough on it.
Unreal. Dude, so we're going to bounce around on these questions. There's been some funny ones.
I can't wait.
I'm excited.
There's some serious ones, but there's also some funny ones as well. I don't know. Let's do a funny one.
All right.
Who would you rather fight? Mike Tyson or Bruce Lee? TK, go.
I gotta go Bruce Lee.
Why?
I feel like I'm a little bit of a bigger guy. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Not height-wise.
Yeah. But I feel like I could just like ball him up and wrestle him. Wrestle, not wrestle.
Wrestle. Got it.
What about you?
I think I would take Bruce Lee. Yeah, there's something so scary about Mike Tyson's punch. That's like, I'm gonna die either way. So I would rather it be stylish and 100 punches that I didn't see coming, rather than that one first punch and then look like an asshole.
Yeah. And your face is just smashed in.
Oh my god.
I can't remember where I was. It was at some restaurant. It had a like mold of Mike Tyson's fist. And it was like you put your fist up there and it's like double, triple the size of yours. I'm like, I
Got
don't
them
want to get
boulders,
hit by
son.
that. Yeah, I don't want to get hit by that.
When you see training videos of like him in his prime, like 18 to 24, just getting it done, how fast he was.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, and then that like 2-punch, he
Yep.
get him in the ribs or the kidney, and then you drop that guard, and then he just knocks your head off. Yeah.
See, that's the route that I would go. I think we talked about this a little bit at dinner time, but I think I'm going to flip my answer now.
Ooh.
I'm going to go Mike Tyson. Because then when he hits me the first time in the face, I can just claim he had a lucky punch.
Lucky.
Yeah. Dude, one punch, everybody, I mean, that's all it takes. Everybody gets lucky every now and
Yeah.
again.
And then you get to go have a drink.
Maybe,
Hang
if I'm
out.
alive.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bruce Lee was legit.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He wasn't no joke either.
Yeah, me choosing him doesn't lessen how
No.
much I fear that guy. Like if he was around,
I feel like both of you chose Bruce Lee off of physical stature alone.
yeah, yeah,
For sure.
yeah. Trevor Alger is like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Except he's not Asian at all.
I don't know. I can't rule it out. Yeah, you've talked to him.
That's true.
He is adopted. Who knows?
See,
That's
At least one part of him's Asian.
there is a chance.
Didn't he?
Slow burn. I got it. I finally got it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that guy. Old Truck 18 guy.
Yep.
He's out there with my buddy Ryan Mills.
That's right.
Shout out to Mills.
Yeah. What's up, Mills?
Love you, pal.
He sent in some love and some good questions. We'll get to them. I don't feel like being serious yet, though.
Nice.
So, what was another one that came across? How do we put our COVID mask over our SCBAs? That was beautiful.
Yeah. Thanks, Drew.
Yeah, it's not over. You
put it
wear
under.
it.
Yeah,
Duh.
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Give us a serious question next time.
Yeah, you got to wear it under it. That way, when you take your mask off and you're outside in the fresh
It's already
air,
on.
yeah, you're catching it both. You got cancer, you're taking care of that,
Yep.
and COVID, you're taking care of that.
Double whammy.
Double
Yeah,
whammy.
It's a win-win.
Or if there's COVID in your pack, you're blocking it from getting in.
Yep.
That's a fair point. As much code is floating around these fire stations,
Yeah.
who knows when that compressor was ran last?
Yeah.
If you're
My
just
whole
sitting there
crew.
breathing your nasty air into the compressor filter, just sucking all that in.
My whole crew got it. Little Benton, my firefighter, got it from another fireman. Brought it in.
How'd y'all get it?
We all got it. We were playing on. He got an Oculus eye thing for Christmas, and we all put it on. We were playing with it. It was like some like shooting game, and like I was at a range shooting. It was awesome.
Shooting
But
COVID right down your throat.
Yep.
basically, yeah.
Does the Oculus thing cover your mouth?
No, that's
I think it was just that they were all in the same room.
with it on our faces, in front of each other, trying to get it to work.
Right.
Basically making out.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, every single one of us. Me, my shout out to Peter Batson. He's my driver.
Pete Batson.
Pete Batson got it, and Benton. Yeah,
How was your run with it?
it was cool. Like I got to hang out at the house. I did feel bad for a couple days, but it was fun.
How about the other guys?
They said that it was pretty lax, like not like going to the hospital or anything, but
Yeah, it's running through my house right now. I guess
Yeah.
it's over with it now, but
yeah, my
little
wife
girl-
got it too.
Yeah, my little girl was positive first, then my wife, and then me and John Matthew, the True Bloods, you know,
Nothing.
popping negative left and
Yeah.
right, son. True Bloods, I'm telling you, it's that DNA, son, that Hoffman DNA,
Yeah. Got those thick lines.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Got them antibodies. COVID don't stand a chance against the crap we put in our bodies.
Yeah. Pete Batson.
Yeah, I got a good crew.
You do.
Got a
Yeah.
couple good guys. We just got CJ Keel.
Not so good, but anyway,
Yeah, from 17. He came down from the. He was on the truck, went to the engine, then came down on the tender, and yeah, we really enjoyed it. I got a couple good guys, so I'm
Nice.
blessed.
Yeah. How's your fire duty been down there?
It's been kind of slow lately.
Yeah.
C shifts has been killing it. Just like it's like every other week they're catching a fire.
Isn't that weird?
I know. I'm like, please be on A shift.
Remember Academy days? 31 B shift.
Yeah.
It was like Ben Bob and his crew they just got all the fire.
Fire every day.
Mm-hmm.
It was like all the fire. Nobody else ran a single one. Just them.
Yeah.
You got the big CB fire though.
Yeah.
So you got the fire 20. You're done for the next at least
Yeah,
5 years.
I never again want to experience that. That was not fun.
Yeah, you're done for a while.
Yeah. we had some second due stuff in 18's area, but nothing great.
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah. So
Yeah, been a while for
pretty
me
slow.
too.
Yeah.
Been a little while. But it is what it is.
Yep. What was it about that the big fire that was so unenjoyable?
Well, so we got the call, and where the condo was, it was you pull out of our station, you have to go left to go to Carolina Beach Road, and we pulled out on the apron, and Peter Batson, great driver, he knows where everything is in 19's area or Carolina Beach, but I feel like I always have to ask him. I'm like, hey, do you know where you're going? He's like, yeah, I got it. I'm like, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked over to the left, and I said that to him. And I looked over to the right, and the whole sky was black. I was like, that's not good. So we made the turn on Carolina Beach Road, and we start going over the bridge. And this is a 3-story condo, and it's already through the roof. And I'm like, how in the world does somebody not call 911 before it's through the roof?
Right.
So we're like way behind the 8 ball when we arrive. And we get there right behind engine 21. They were doing some driver training, and 21 got there. We arrived right behind them. We went around to the Charlie side, and it was just a lot of fire. The whole thing was fully involved, and we were just putting water on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Did you have some hydrants close by?
There was 2 hydrants in the. We had an issue because when we pulled in there, on the map, because Carolina Beach's hydrants aren't in our MDT,
Ah, shit.
it just shows like this little dot. And on the map, it looked like there was another hydrant inside the apartment complex.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that hydrant was not in the apartment complex. It was at the food line next door. So 21 caught the first hydrant, and then we pulled in. 22 caught the second hydrant, and then they hooked up to us. And then we just flew 2.5s and everything we had. So it was just a long day of not feeling like we were doing a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, we showed up to a tough job, and then it just felt not good.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. And I don't ever want another, like, a 1, 2, 3 bedrooms going. That's, like, awesome.
Yeah, bring it on.
Yeah. But, like, my firefighter got burns on his arms, and we're exterior. And, like, it was, I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
I just want 1 or 2 bedrooms going.
Yeah, I had heard a little bit about, I guess, a wind shift happened or something.
Yeah, the wind, all of a sudden we were staying back there operating, and all of a sudden the wind shifted and just blew all the heat and everything down on us. And I grabbed Benton, and I was like, we got to get back. So we pulled back some, but on that Charlie side, there was like 10 cars on fire, trees were on fire, telephone poles were on fire, like everything was on fire. It was a lot to take in.
Yeah, beach community fires with that wind coming off the ocean. Hibbins was talking about that when he was here.
Hibbins and Chief Griffin, they both talked about it a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's the my brain's not working. He's from Miami-Dade, but he teaches a lot on that. He teaches the high-rise stuff. He comes to Allen's conference and does it.
Mm-hmm.
He's a legend in the high-rise community, but I know he chats a lot about wind-driven fires.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's basically what all
Yeah.
beach fires are. It's wind
That's
driven.
exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tough battle to fight for sure.
Yeah, and we just did what we could, and then at the end of the day, I mean, that's all you can do.
Yeah. If there had been a call put in and you could have shown up to, like one apartment
Yeah.
rolling, man, that sucks. Imagine the waste. Like, that could have been a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like probably a week before that, I was working overtime at 19, and we got dispatched to a structure fire down at Carolina Beach, and we pulled up, second due, caught the hydrant, and just one condo going, blowing out the front. It was perfect. I mean, if you're going to go to a fire, that's the one you want to go to.
Yeah, right.
And those guys did an excellent job. Knocked the fire down and everything. I stretched the line, went up to the third floor. I guess they call it the second floor. So the first floor is where you park under.
Mm-hmm.
And everything above that starts 1, 2, 3.
Right.
And so we stretched the line up there, forced the door, put some fire out. Not much. They had the bulk of it. Those guys did a fantastic job. I mean, we have a pretty good relationship with the guys down at Carolina Beach, especially on A shift.
Yeah.
We work back and forth. Me and Eric. Eric just got promoted, and he's down there on A shift, and we've got. I mean, it's squared away down there.
Yeah. It's
We
nice
enjoy
building
it.
those relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chief Griffin spoke very highly about the relationships that are
Yeah.
been established down there, not only with county guys, but just Curie Beach and
Yeah.
how that relationship has gotten so much better. Man, it's great. So great to hear.
Yeah, we've been doing some training with Curie Beach and Carolina Beach. It's like the last Wednesday of the month is all the companies get together.
That's awesome.
And yeah, those Curie Beach guys are squared away too. I mean,
That's great.
yeah, they're squared away down there.
It's
For sure.
fun hearing so many good things about both departments.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe our relationship with our neighbors will get that good one day.
Dude, it's different now. It used to be tense times around here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's getting better all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Now I try to. It used to be back in the day you'd have to think real hard about one that you liked, and this is obviously just a complete reflection of how they felt about us as well. But now it's the other way around. It's like I'm trying to find ones that I don't like.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
so difficult. I love those guys. Yeah, I'd say for the majority we get along really well.
Yeah.
now. I'm super happy about it.
I was telling my
Long
guys
time
about
coming.
Yeah, I was telling my guys about back in the day when I was at 17 with you. I was on the engine, he was on the truck, and 18 got a structure fire. And those times, the city didn't go to it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We drove through the city from Murrayville down to Myrtle Grove.
Yeah.
And that is a haul.
Yeah.
Got there, went to work or whatever, but those days are very far gone, and which is great.
Sure.
But yeah, they existed. They definitely existed.
Yeah, that was. I did that quite a few times.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very fun waiting for you guys to come across town to back
Yeah.
us up. We had nobody.
Dude, we would pull out of the bay in Murrayville in that truck with a full tank, and by the time we got back to our house, man, we have to stop halfway.
Yeah.
It was wild. God, shoo. Yeah, it was. We went down there a good number of times.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a lot of fires down there in 18's area.
And then I went from when the truck was at Porter's Neck. I went from Porter's Neck to Wrightsville Beach. I did that travel quite a few times as well. Yeah, we were around the block for a while.
Yeah. We had a lot of fun on shift together.
Yeah, I guess you can call it fun.
I wouldn't call it hazing, but I had a lot of fun.
Dude, we hazed
As a
that.
rookie.
We hazed the hell out of you.
I loved every second.
I'm pretty sure the hazing became a thing because of you. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. We remember playing wall ball.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's why me and Butner have jacked up elbows to this
Yeah.
day. Yeah. Play wall ball.
So I'm a lacrosse guy. I'm not. I was never great at baseball. So wall ball for me is not the game that I need to be playing, because I can catch it in a stick, but with my hands I'm like, I can't do it. And so I would try and catch it and drop it, and then I would try my damnedest to make it back to the wall. And between him and Buckner, like MLB players,
Shoot.
zipping it. Yeah, it felt like it. Zipping it like 100-mile-an-hour into my back, and just like, I could just lock up right now thinking about it.
Yeah, we had a lot of those moments.
Yeah,
Then we tried to kill you with a loaf of bread.
yeah, there was that too.
Yeah.
It was fun. It made me who I am today.
Yeah.
Is that where TK 1000 came from?
That's it.
Yeah.
You're still on my phone as TK1000 from the beginning. So when was that, TK?
That was November. We graduated the academy November of 2010. Started 4/20/2010. We graduated November, I think I want to say 15th, 2010. Long academy, but it was fun. We learned everything. And we got our shift assignments, and I had 17 A shift, and I was like, hell yeah. This is awesome. Because everybody wanted to go to 17. And, I mean, it was just 3 of us that went there. Me, Paulie Barnett, he's with Durham now.
Right.
And Brian Weiland, he's over at Engine 12 now. But the 3 of us went there, and we just had such a good time. And then I ended up leaving there, going to Wrightsboro, and then Castle Hayne, then 18, got promoted, went back to Castle Hayne, 17, got promoted, went to 12, now at 19. So I bounced around a little bit.
Were we at Wrightsboro together when Sinram tried to grind his thumb off?
Yes. Yeah. I was Sinran's roommate when he did that, and I was trying to program. This wasn't long after we moved in together. I was trying to program my TV, and he was like, "Hey Timmy, can you come out here?" I was like, "Hey man, I'm trying to get my TV programmed." He's like, "Nah, I kind of need you." I was like, "All right, whatever." So I walk out there, and his thumb is stuck in a grinder and
a belt sander.
a belt sander, and I was like,
They called me.
So I shoved a screwdriver in there and just like pried it open to where he could pull his thumb out. And we went to Medac, and he was like, "Do you think I'm gonna be able to go to work tomorrow?" I was like, "Probably not."
Yeah, dude, you got
It
it.
was like missing half his thumb. I was like, I don't think so.
Dang.
Yeah.
When they did some reconstructive stuff, when it started like healing, a piece of his thumbnail was growing like
Straight up in the air?
yeah, like a unicorn situation. Yeah. I was like, that's not
That ain't good.
no, it's not good. Yeah, he had no time on, so we were all just doing like shift trades for him.
trades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awful.
I haven't talked to him in years. I wonder what he's doing now.
Last I
He's a
heard he
good
was
guy.
last I heard he was in Florida.
Florida.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I
Nice.
heard last.
Yeah. He's done some pretty colorful social media posts.
This is true.
Yes.
This is
yeah,
true.
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
This is true.
We shouldn't go too much further than that.
No, yeah. If I was his like sober social media manager and I was worried about his career, I would be so nervous. But yeah. God
But he
bless
doesn't
you.
work with us anymore.
No, yeah.
Yeah, he left it.
Yeah, it's in RAM.
All right, so we got some stuff online.
Oh.
If you're ready.
Yeah, what you got?
Yeah.
We got 2 comments from the great Scotty Batson. from
Nice.
City.
Mhm.
Tim Karp, the legend. I hope I can live up to his scale one day.
Oh, man.
And he also said, "Man, I fought some good fires with the county. Steve and Jeremy back in the day at 18 when he was at 6. We did. We ran some
Yeah.
good stuff with them." Sam Massa, is it the High Vis lighting guy from Safer we met?
Yep.
He's got a couple. His first one. Hey guys, can you think of a time you've had to run a call in the dark that wouldn't have been that bad during the daytime? He's a lighting guy. Says yeah.
Of course.
Right.
I'm curious how
Shameless plug.
I'm curious how you adapt and overcome at night when lighting just isn't on your side.
Ooh.
He's got one more after that one. I'll read it.
Yeah. Man, I would say I don't know about a specific example, but the lighting industry as far as emergency services goes has changed drastically since the time that I got in. It was a struggle for real, and Nowadays, it's like, man, you can light up the entire world. Especially, little plug for Sam here, especially with, high-vis LEDs and whatnot. You can really light stuff up. I don't know. I've been called out with being on a specialty company with the truck, just having the ability to have extra lights on scene. We've been called to several scenes just to provide overhead lighting. So we've used, crime scenes. I know when the WPD used to do their DWI stops and stuff like that, the rescue would go to provide lighting. So that's just attributes to how far lighting has gone. I can't think of a specific example. Anything, obviously, that we can't be around our apparatus that poses challenges. I'm ready to see more battery operated, like scene lights, like the ability to plug them in and use them on the truck when you're with the truck, but then just yank that joker out of the bracket and haul boogie into the woods and something, and they still provide the same amount of light. Do we have that?
Yeah, we actually do on Engine 19.
See,
we have
we ain't got no mess like that.
we have a DeWalt.
You got one of them towers things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty
they bought
cool.
those a couple of years ago. They had one at 17 we'd used right after Florence. They had gotten it.
Yeah.
Pretty badass.
Extrications, the lighting is never good enough.
Right.
Yeah. Our last big one at 18, when I was still there, we were on Sanders, and we were in a dark spot of that road, kind of far from Harris Teeter, but not all the way by the school. And it was dark. A sheriff ended up holding a flashlight for me. You know, the tool has a little light on it,
Yeah,
but
that don't
man,
count.
yeah, that one. And I would say that's the most times that I'm like, I need more light.
Yeah.
As an extrication. You're not going to carry a light into a fire, you know.
Yeah. Box light, that's about it.
Well, even the lights that we put on our jackets now are worlds beyond what we used to carry with those bulbs. Now with the LED versions, they're bright. I just got one off Amazon to replace my fancy what are they, the light?
Survivor light?
The Survivor light.
Yeah.
So my Survivor light just died, so I just bought a $40 LED one that does like it rotates 90 degrees, so I can hang up a jacket. That thing is bright.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was meaning like scene lights. Like you're not.
Oh.
Yeah.
The truck's light's not
Still
going to come inside.
makes
You're saying like
sense.
going into fires,
Yeah.
I can take lights into fires. I mean, even like the old pack lights we had were not that good, but now, man, you can light the entire inside of a house.
Yeah, now you can be obnoxiously bright.
Yeah. Well, I've heard some stories of like guys. I personally haven't had the issues, but like falling into pools or like koi ponds and stuff.
Oh, like on a 360.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would be really good. Was that you? That would be really good to be either lit up or in daylight.
Hoffman, did you fall your ass in a fish pond?
I gotta remember to change the camera to your angle so we can see this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, capture this right here.
Oh, heavens. I thought you did that on purpose. Was that a
couldn't
total
remember who
accident,
it
or did you
was.
set me up?
I couldn't remember who it
Oh,
was.
dude. Yeah. Man, that was interesting. I disappeared off the earth that night. Yeah, I came out of the back door of this house and hung a left and stepped off the deck. And when I stepped off the deck, there was no bottom to be found. And I went right into a koi pond that was bottomless. You know, you've heard of those endless wells that they have around? That's what that was.
Yeah.
It was endless. I never hit the bottom, and I levitated out of it and then walked off like nothing ever happened. Like 3 people saw it. Courtney Pageant, he saw it. You know, he was like, he was dying. There was a handful of people who saw it. I think Butner might have saw it. You know, everybody was dying. I didn't find it funny. I thought that was it. That was of all the places, I'm gonna go right here.
Yeah.
That was also the night the fire marshal's camera flew off the top of the bucket.
Oh,
Nice.
It was super windy, and he needed to go take his aerial views and set his camera right up there on the box.
Not a
I was
good
like, "Don't
spot.
set your camera there. It'll be all right."
Didn't know what
Yeah, it didn't hurt me. Yeah.
I did.
Also, I just want to say shout out to Scotty Batson. Love you, brother. I've known him for a while now. He's a good fireman.
Yeah, Batson's good people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. Great
Down at
dude.
the compound, I'm sure if he's not on shift, he's cooking something good. So
He's cooking if he's on shift.
yeah,
Let's be real. Let's be real.
Yep, engine 3, A shift.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Sam had another one. This is like a little bit deeper question. He says he was going to hit this while everything's a bit quiet on the chat side. Tell us about your life before the fire department and how it changed now that you live and work in this career. If you could go back in time, would you change anything?
Ooh. I think that's a good one for you to pick up.
Cooking. He's got an IPA in hand, though.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Let's let TK carry this one away.
Well,
I think our stories are pretty well known.
Yeah. So I went to New Hanover High School, and I was a lacrosse player, like I said earlier. And I thought I was really good at lacrosse, and I thought that I was going to go to college. And that made me a little cocky to where lacrosse players don't necessarily get the same respect as football players in the South. So I failed a class, got released from the lacrosse team, and I was like, what do I want to do? Like, I always loved the fire department. My dad was a fireman. My granddad was a fireman. My great-granddad was a fireman with the city of Wilmington. And I was like, what do I want to do? I was like, the fire department. So I turned 16, and I went up to Ogden, volunteer fire department. And I got in at the same time that the county said that county guys can no longer be volunteers. And that was like 90% of Ogden staff was county fire guys.
Right.
And that was actually where I met, where I ran my first call with Mark Coble, this guy right here. He was in Ogden with my father and lived down the street from me. I would walk down there and hang out. But so I went to Ogden, ran my first call. Mark Coble was driving, and I was like, this is exactly what I want to do. So the rest of my years at New Hanover, I would go up there, spend the night or whatever, run calls. Then I go to school the next day, and graduated. And later that year, it was like, I think it was November when they opened up our hiring process.
Yep, November 09.
Yeah. So I graduated in June. November, the hiring process opened. And I applied. There were 600 guys that applied, and they only hired 25 or 25 of us.
Yep.
And so that's kind of how I started.
Nice. Any regrets?
No, absolutely not. I had a captain, a well-known captain, Sampson. I'm sure our listeners know. He always pushed me to go outside and go to other departments and apply to other places. But I really like it here. I like the coast. I like the beach. And I like being I liked being close to my family. And so I applied to other departments, but I never really wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I just wanted to stay right here. I was happy, and so I stayed here, and I love it here. There's no regrets. So my parents ended up moving away.
Yeah. They were like, if you're going to stay.
Yeah, we're out.
I'm out of here.
So they live in Newport, Tennessee now, which is about 6 or 7 hours away.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's where my uncle lives.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
They've been there forever.
Nice. I haven't been out there yet. I hope to go pretty soon.
It's definitely a big mountain town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They live up on one of the mountains.
Yeah.
And then my sister ended up moving out there as well. She lives like on another mountain.
My uncle always talks about there's a moonshine mafia or like a mountain mafia. Like there's like a
Really?
It's a legit thing. Like, yeah, they run that.
The
area.
mountain folk.
Yeah.
You gotta watch out.
I wonder if your dad paid Sampson to get you to apply at other places.
So
We gotta get him out of here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's legit.
So,
What about you, Steve? You got any things you would have done different? Not necessarily regrets, but things you would have done different?
Yeah. I've actually pondered that question a lot. You know,
deep thinker.
Yeah, everybody always wonders, like, should I have, taken a left where I took a right through life journey? I don't want to change anything. Like, I've had bumps in the road and I've had good parts, but I love the fire service. I like where we work. I'm in. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
You were talking about that first time riding in an engine and, on the way to a call.
Oh, man. It was awesome.
My first time riding on an engine was also an Ogden engine.
Yeah.
Yep, Tyson was driving.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't remember who was in the officer's seat, but Nixky.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the
Was it
back seat
Merrill?
with me.
It was Merrill.
Yeah,
Nixky and
maybe
Tyson.
Merrill.
It was Merrill.
Yep, Merrill.
Yep. Yeah, and that was back before all that intersection change that military cut off. And if you've ever ridden on a fire truck, when the Federals peaked out and you're going in a narrow spot between cars, like that, the reverb, that happened. And I was like, yeah, this is pretty childish, but I'm in.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was so cool to me, but I loved it.
Mark Coble on my first call, he was like, there was 2 engines, and we were just like going in it like suicide, like in and out of traffic, and I was like, this is like backdraft. Like, this is real.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah. I was up there doing it.
You don't even know.
Yeah.
You don't
I was
even know.
like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And I want to do this again multiple times.
I've told you guys, like, my reason I came to the fire service was not honorable. Like, it wasn't some sort of, like, lifelong dream. It was just, the economy had crashed, and I needed a job that was a consistent pay. Shit story. And then I got in and went through the academy, and then I was like, oh, this is it. This is poetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah.
I
Here we
can't
are.
believe we're coming up on 12 years.
I know. It's awesome.
Golly.
Yeah.
Getting old.
Hey, I mean,
Yeah.
how long you been
Easy.
on with the county?
2007.
Yeah.
You're old.
Yeah.
2003.
Whoa.
Anyway.
A couple of gray hairs around there.
All right, well, I got to refresh my beverage.
Do it.
Okay, do it.
Yeah, get on it. Yeah, no regrets.
Yeah, I don't have any regrets per se. I wish I'd have done it sooner. That was
Same.
That was 6 months. I graduated in 2004 from high school, and I didn't join Clinton until 2005. So it was about a 6 to 8 month period there, where I worked for my brother-in-law, which I don't regret. I got a lot of experience just working with my hands and stuff. Basically, what I've done my whole life. But there was that 8 months. I wish I'd have just left high school and just. But I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't have any idea.
Yeah. My 6 to 8 months in your story
Yeah.
was 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wish I didn't know. I didn't know that I was going to love it. I didn't even know it existed.
I didn't have any idea either. Mine was
Yeah.
a phone call to a friend that was like, hey, fire department sounds pretty cool. You're pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah.
your dad's awesome. I know him really well.
Yep.
What do I need to do?
Yeah.
That's basically it.
That's kind of how mine was. Well, it was
Yeah.
like my brother started volunteering, and then I had a high school friend that did the same thing right at Myrtle Grove, and they're like, hey, you should come check it out. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
I knew nothing. And then they were talking. They put us through medical training first. And I'm like, what? Huh? Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. That feeling never went away.
Yeah, still to this day.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good thing. Like, I just get there with my notepad, and I'm like, what's his name, date of birth? Okay.
That's got to be the prime reason for promotion.
Oh, 100%.
It's got to be.
On an engine company. On a
Yeah.
truck company, you ain't got to worry about that stuff.
You say that. We got our own problems.
Yeah, you guys.
I got a call recently, a QC phone call for a medical, and obviously I can't say too many details, but he was like, I got your call for that thing, and I was like, he said, were they dead when you got there or just when you left? And I'm like, dude, that's a really weird question. I was like, the whole time. Yeah. So he was like, well, you didn't put in any vitals. I'm like, well, if the only thing we did was CPR, then there's probably not any vitals. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not taking a blood pressure while we're pumping on chest. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much in detail I can go about this story, but I've got a story that's very similar. It was myself, Miles, and Buckner when we were together, and it was just came in as a medical response, cardiac arrest. So we get there, doing vitals, or no, I think it might have been breathing difficulties. So whatever, we get there. I mean, we've done vitals, administer oxygen, we've done everything that our level of care is allowed us to do. Can't do anything else. And we're just kind of hanging here in the mountain. I mean, there's not a thing else we can do. EMS is on the way and whatnot. And it's just hanging. And I'm watching the pulse ox, and it's just going in the wrong direction that you want to see it go. And it's just like,
yeah,
all right. And then, it gets to the point, and then we can start working again. But it was just a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing at all whatsoever that we could do. EMS was like, you couldn't do anything else at all. I mean, you did what you could do. So.
Imagine knowing what to do but have no tools to actually do it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah, I bet so.
That's how these boys feel on every fire.
Oh man, that was good. That was pretty good right
Well
there.
played, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, mercy.
Any more questions from Facebook while they might be listening before we get on to the ones that posted earlier in the week?
No, just people posting about how long they've been into Todd Coring. He said 12, try 30.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
Scotty Bass has been in
Yikes.
since 1998.
Oh my gosh, I was 8 years old.
You dudes are dinosaurs. You know those the clusters of barnacles on the bottom of like ocean buoys and around docks? That pretty much sums up those careers.
That was him, Todd. Not me.
Calcified beings around this hope of fire service.
Yeah.
Just calcified,
He
hanging out.
probably didn't wear an air pack back in the day. That's,
Yeah, I'm so jealous. Truly.
I want to ride the tailboard. I do.
Oh, yeah.
You
Maybe
can do
at
it.
Rocky Point.
You'll get fired immediately,
get
but
away
you can
with
do
it.
it.
I doubt it, but maybe once. Yeah. You can always do it once.
That's it. If nobody videoed it, it never happened anyway.
Yeah, true.
Prove it.
Except for Sled Tech.
It was recorded.
Yeah, that.
Do you want to explain Sled Tech?
Dude, that video had, I'm not being facetious here either. That video had, and this is like when YouTube was it in its kind of incipient stage?
Yeah,
there? It wasn't really like
really
nothing
early.
like it is now.
2010 is when it
Yeah, this thing had it had like 134 views in 2 hours. It was monumental.
It was good.
It was
Yeah,
amazing.
we were.
I mean, it may have got shown at tour meetings and stuff.
That's what got us in trouble.
Yeah, level 3 sled tech.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So anyway, don't use a water rescue pull behind the jet ski board for a sled.
Yeah.
When it snows.
Yeah. Hey man, we were
And then
excited.
launch it into the grass that also might be some bushes there, some sticks. But
We used a curb as a ramp.
yeah.
That never happened.
It
We
was
were all
awesome.
off duty, so it didn't
Or
really matter.
backboard down a flight of stairs.
Do what?
Backboard down a flight of stairs.
Never did that either.
Nah, I wasn't a part of that. I'll tell you that. Sure, I know somebody else that was.
Me and Joey Clark, I got my eyeball, like, I thought my entire orbital bone was busted. Like, my eye was bleeding, my nose was bleeding, my whole face, like, exploded. And what had happened was we decided it would be a good idea to tandem ride this backboard. No, this is all hypothetical.
Of course.
Tandemly ride this backboard down the steps. And when we did, and we hit the flat spot in the bay when you come off the bottom step, his head went straight back. Because, I was riding in the back.
Yeah.
That's how I roll. So when well, I had no dude hugging on me.
Yeah.
Did you say no humba before?
So we hit the bottom step, and his head flew back right into my face. And about the time we went scooting across that little wide open area, the door flies open, and the battalion chief walks out. And here I am, my whole face is gushing blood, and he was like, what happened? And I was like, I just opened the door on the truck, and it hit me inside the face, and I don't know how it happened. He was like,
Door handle.
I was like, he said, had nothing to do with the backboard just flying by the doorway, and I was like,
Nope.
Of course not.
No, I just need to put a rag on.
that
it.
wasn't
I'll be
me.
good.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me. He was like, do you need any stitches, Hoffman? It's like, no, I think I'll be all right. Don't do it again.
Mm-mm.
No, I'd be got sent home, I'm feel sure. So no more on there? Oh, man.
No, Sam Massa said thanks for the shout out.
Yeah,
Stay
dude.
safe.
Got to get you down
I
here,
haven't met
brother.
him.
Todd doesn't
I
like
haven't
your age shaming on him.
I haven't met Todd either. Where's Todd?
He's
from?
the chief of Southport.
Oh,
no,
nice.
he's the police chief. I think he's still the fire chief down there. He may be. I think before they bought their ladder truck down there, I think they came up and took a look at truck 17. That's pretty much how I know him.
y'all got.
We've talked back and forth online a few times, but yeah, he's a good dude.
That's awesome.
Pretty solid little place down there,
Brotherhood,
right?
man.
Southport,
Yep.
pretty solid little place.
Mm-hmm.
My in-laws' house. We talked about it at supper, but my in-laws' house was damaged in a fire down at Holden Beach, and I got there, and like I saw so many people that I already knew through this career. One guy I played lacrosse with in high school, but like two other guys, like I just met through the county,
Mm-hmm.
and they work part-time down there or whatever, volunteer, and it really is amazing, like how. And the chief was at a meeting with Chief Smith, Jennifer Smith.
Yeah.
And they came back together. They rode up there and came back together. And like it is truly amazing how big the firefighter community is, but actually how small it is. Because we know people, like half of our academy works for some city somewhere around the United States.
Yeah, they're spread out pretty far.
Yeah. And it's like, you just meet so many people in this career. It's pretty cool. I feel like you could pull out your union card or your I'm a firefighter, paid firefighter in New Hanover County, anywhere, and it'd be like, hey, we got a bed for you right here.
Mhm.
And that's a cool feeling.
Agreed.
I totally agree. I'm gonna fill my drink. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. For
Okay, then. Erskine. Yeah. Shout out Erskine.
Shout out to Erskine.
Mm-hmm.
He was my driver. We went through the academy together. I went down to 18. He was my driver for a little while, about a year, 2 years, and just an amazing time. For those that don't know, Chad Erskine is from South Africa, and I am from Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And I've never been anywhere. Until I met my wife, I never went anywhere. And he taught me so much about the world that I never knew. Unfortunately, good for him, but he went on to West Pierce,
Yep.
just
Seattle
outside
area.
of Seattle. Yeah.
Mhm.
And which awesome for him, but we hated to lose him.
I know it. Yeah. Training captain now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a outstanding person.
Yeah. I don't think I remembered that you were on a truck with him.
Yeah, Engine 18 for about a year and a half probably, and then I was lucky enough to go through the driver's process, and we still had a vacancy at 18. And 18, for those that don't know, 18 is the busiest company in the county, and I promoted to driver, and they were like, "Oh, well, we'll just keep you there." I was like, "That's an excellent idea."
Yeah. Great.
So I went from tailboard at 18 to driving 18, and I mean, we ran a little bit for sure. It was a lot of fun.
Nice. What shift? Who was your captain?
I had Craig Knotts at first, and then we remodeled the kitchen. He was the remodel guy.
Mm-hmm.
So we were at 13 together. I was still a tailboard, and we remodeled the kitchen at 13. And they were like, hey, like I wanted to get out of 13. Like I wanted to be on a busy company. And they were like, hey, like you can go to 18 on the south side. And at this time, those were definitely two different departments.
Mm-hmm.
The south side at that time burned things down. But us on the north side, we were outstanding. So I was like, I don't want to
ever.
There's basically nothing changed.
Ever.
I was like, I don't want to go to the south side, but I want out of 13. And so Craig and I both transferred to 18 together. And it was the best experience that I could have ever imagined. I loved the south side. I don't know if I would want to be at 18 as a captain, only because you would always be in the office, work on reports. But it was a good time down there. And so I had Craig at first. I got promoted, still had Craig. And then Craig transferred to 14. He was like, do you want to go? And I was like, I kind of like it here.
Right.
I don't want to go anywhere. So he transferred up there, and we got Captain Browning. And we had Browning for about a year and a half. So I went from the engine over to the truck for a little while, for about a year, and then ended up getting transferred out back to Castlehane.
Nice. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yikes.
What do you think you learned? Was there one thing you learned from Erskine that was like, I'm going to carry this forward? Or was it just the world traveler aspect of it?
You put me on the spot for
I
sure.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
That's that little placement jab,
Yeah.
you know?
Erskine was really good for me because, like I said, I've never experienced anything outside of Wilmington. Like, I'd been to Georgia, that's the farthest south, and I'd been to like Pittsburgh for Ethan's wedding, and like that was it. Before I went to Pittsburgh, it was like Virginia Beach. Like, I hadn't been anywhere, and he brought in a completely different vibe and like aspect to the job and like to life that I'd never experienced. And like politically, we're kind of different, but like when we were on shift, politically, like he would explain to me his views, and I'd be like, that makes total sense. Like, so I don't know if I could pinpoint one thing, but Erskine was really good to be on shift with. I wish I could really think of something because he was such a good guy.
Yep,
He really was. And in the academy, Chad Erskine was eating an apple in class, and he ate every bit of it, minus the little stem. And Mr. Hunt here was laughing and tried to cover it up and went in the middle of class, and we all just died laughing. It was
I totally
hilarious.
tried to cough it away, and it did not work.
It did not work at all.
Yeah, I turned into a 6-year-old girl.
But Chad was that way. Like, he was a jokester, and yeah, it was a good time.
He still is.
Yeah.
By the way. Yeah, he still is.
I haven't talked to him in a while. I feel bad. Just losing touch with people. It's unfortunate. You know, time grows against, I don't know.
Yep.
Life, bro. Life
Yeah,
happens.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chad's one of those people, just from the short relationship that I had with him. I was never privileged to be on shift with him or anything, but the things that he feels like one of those people that you can not talk to for forever, and then you can talk to him, and it's like you just pick up exactly where you left off. You know, there's a limited amount of people probably in all of our lives that are like that. It's kind of a funny place. Like, I have my best friend, Pat, for an example. There'll be months that go by that we'll talk every day, sometimes multiple times a day, and then who knows, we might not talk for 3 months. Who knows? It's like we talk every day during hunting season, and then when hunting season goes out, it's like we don't talk for a while, but it's like as soon as we talk to each other again, it's like bloop, like nothing ever happened. And then some people hold grudges. Well, you ain't talked to me, and you know. That was my.
Is that how I sound when I say that?
That's exactly. That's a what you just said about Chad and your story you were telling about Chad is perfect for this question right here from a good friend of ours. It says, how does one deal with different personalities and work styles within one crew while maintaining a high level of productivity? That was good.
Who asked that?
It starts with J and ends with Osseo.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if people want to be told who asked a question.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So working with Chad, I am a little bit more conservative. I lean that way. And he leans a little bit the other way.
We're talking about politically.
Mm-hmm.
Politically.
Okay.
And like I said earlier, like he would explain the things that made him lean that way. And I was like, you're 100% correct. Like, I also agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I also agree with this. And like, so working with Chad, he's a little bit different than your typical Southern firefighter. Let's be honest. And I was on shift with another guy that's very similar, and I felt like it was good for me because not being closed-minded allowed me to understand like your viewpoint, and you grew up different than I did, and so like I think people that are closed-minded don't allow that your experiences to sway them. And that was one thing that I felt like I've done pretty good, was allow to understand other people. That's what I'll leave it with.
Yeah, there's a way to walk in a career setting or in personal life. And have you ever had a friend or somebody in your life that once you had one thing that you didn't like about them, it's like that's all you could see.
Yeah.
And then if they did something a little bit wrong, then your view of that person had gone negative. So now it just adds to the negative list. And they might be an outstanding person on another list, but you're not paying any attention to that. We're all human. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that's a Steve specific. I think that's just human nature. It's like once you see a negative we're professionals, right? So we got a job in that work environment. If you have people that are not similar, politically different or whatever, if you're professional and you can keep a positive, like, what can I gain from this and what can they gain from this? I think if you keep a positive attitude, there's a lot you can learn from these people.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah, politics can be rough.
Yeah, it can be dividing for sure.
Yep. And for you guys to be able to like just have a conversation,
Talk about it, yeah.
That's that kitchen table stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you can keep from just doing that, like, I don't like this guy, so now I'm gonna find more ways to not like this guy.
Yeah.
If you can keep from falling into that little trap, and it doesn't make you a bad person, like that's natural. But if on purpose you can, all right, how can we focus on some positives or yield something positive out of this? Being productive, being a good crew, even dudes that don't get along, something about when a call comes in and you respond, you can still like do some high quality work next to somebody that politically you don't jive with, or you can disagree on a whole bunch of stuff. But if the building's on fire, suddenly that stuff doesn't matter, right? Yeah.